Welcome back, everyone, for the grand final of the GGBet Chicago Invitational. We're in Kiev, Ukraine. It's going to be myself and Dinko here to bring you the second map. forZe picking up the first on Inferno. Was their map pick. Now we're going to switch it over. We do have Overpass in the cards, and that is where Heroic chose to lay their chips. So at the end of this series, one of these teams is going to the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago. That's what's brought us all here, and that's what's brought us all here together today. That's you, Twitch Chat. That's us. So I hope you're having a great evening. Dinko, tell me about your entire life while we wait.
Okay, starting on day one.
Okay.
No, my life just is normal, right? It's all about video games and unhealthy food.
Nice. Yeah.
Just talking about more games.
So if you say unhealthy food, are you saying, perhaps pizza every night? Like, what are we looking at here?
No, I spiced it up a little bit this week, actually, because we're playing it safe, right? Because the closest place here is the pizza place. So Halvor and I have just decided to go for pizza every time. It's pretty good. I tried one day where I went with something different. I got Georgian chicken. And if anybody's in Kiev, try Georgian chicken because it's pretty good.
Well, hell, all the Georgian food here is pretty banging usually. I'm a big fan of it. Quite frankly, I'd never experienced it before I came to Kiev. So I can echo the same sentiment right there. You are onto something. forZe onto something else. That first map was a little scrappy. It got a little bit down to the wire, but forZe really proving their name here. Really, I guess, proving what they're capable of. And perhaps if we do see them in Chicago, that'll just be a statement all on its own. We're in the pistol round, though. Dinko, take it away.
Well, it is BlueMF, the man that has been the talisman for Heroic, heading his way towards middle. It will be Freiburg, though, stepping up with one, and it's all but over here. It's all on Z-Power. It just happened like that. Could be a team ace if Safik steps up.
Really fast round. You are exactly right. It's almost as if it never happened. It's going to be Xe Power. 1 versus 3. P250, smoke flash, no bomb in sight. They do have it quite quarantined. So we're going to keep an eye on that. In the meantime, what will he do? What will his path be? What is the real play here? Not a whole lot of options, not a whole lot of avenues of approach to that bomb. So
I think the only avenue available to him is death at this point. We'll see if he can get a headshot.
Sounds pretty dark.
Yeah, it is dark. But he has got the Mexican Festival of Death skin on his pistol, so it's all adding up.
Yeah, man, I guess, praise be to the sun god. Look at this. Okay, so he has the drop there on BlameF, but now that surely rings the alarms.
Yeah.
No more Metal Gear Solid here from Xe Power. He's going to have to work his way down the connector. 35 seconds. And this little bit of utility that he does have perhaps can land a little bit of a flash. Now I'm going to go for the smoke. And while he pulls that grenade out, that is going to give just the clear indication needed. It's going to be Safik that secures the frag and the round for Heroic. And here we are, round number 2.
Well, not a whole lot for forZe, just Glocks galore. And there's certainly a better galore that you can have without Glocks, and we're going to see if the odds will match up with what our predictions are. Yes, we kind of say Heroic should be the favorites coming into Overpass, and certainly GGBet agree with us. 1.32 for Heroic, 3.18 for forZe, and the odds brought to you by GG.bet, of course. As it is the GG.bet Chicago Invitational, so it all lines up. It makes sense.
It really does, doesn't it? forZe, though, not making a whole lot of sense in the dollars right now. In fact, Jerry's going to go ahead and fall, and that's that. So right off the bat, not a big investment here for them in this round. 4 Glocks. I believe it was even 5 Glocks, but what can you expect? They want to save up. Perhaps there's a proper fight there to take to them. Swarming with the Glocks is an option, but at the end of the day, just outmatched by these SMGs. It's going to be a bit of a farm of money for Heroic.
I feel, though, if forZe don't pick up Overpass, I don't think it's over. Because you're talking about underdog teams and sort of looking at the map pool, you're going, okay, Nuke's a pretty good map for Heroic, Danish team's role is pretty solid. But forZe seem to be a team that never give up on any map they play. And Nuke's one of the maps I always watch them go to overtime on.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, they were the ones that ran it back the 11-4 half against Liquid in the Cologne qualifier. So
I think that might have been Spirit, was it?
Maybe.
But it's a CIS team. forZe is certainly one of those teams, right?
It was one of those where I was there, but it was so long ago.
So
Liquid
many
won,
games.
of course, so we just kind of nailed that one for what it is. Let's just take a look. Meanwhile, round number 3 upon us.
Well, round number 3 certainly looking a little bit better for forZe on paper. It's the AK-47s available. Utility is there as well. We'll see if Flores can get it done on the forward side. Fitzcrack with a headshot on the middle Safix. Gonna be a kill from Jerry. Z-Part stepping in as well. It's all on Freiburg and Estetag, and the Molotov will burn him away. So Freiburg, at least is the one kill for Heroic, but that's all that they seem to be able to salvage as Flit will drop Estetag Freiburg into a 1v4. This would have to be the 1v4. It is clutch. UMP in hand. First headshot collected. Bomb getting planted. Oh my god,
Wow.
Freiburg. This is ridiculous. Another one coming through. And it's into a 1v1. Absolutely disgusting stuff here from Freiburg.
Absolutely, and picking himself up that sweet AK just to sweeten the pot just a little bit. 39 HP for the man himself, the king of banana. Now on Overpass. And he's got to find that well-entrenched T and exit power. Bomb planted, starting to tick away ever so much faster. Will Freiburg stick it? Yes, and that will prove to be fatal.
So anticlimactic.
Really is, isn't it?
Well, the one position he didn't check was short there. You know, he limited the positions where Z-Power could be playing from. The only position he really didn't even look at or try and spam through was short, and unfortunately that's exactly where Z-Power was playing from. So, nice attempt though from Freiburg. Really had no right in even getting it anywhere near that 1v1.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that he even got 4 kills there is quite incredible.
Which does go a long way. If you think about even the implications of them not winning that round, what he's able to do there in terms of hurting the money or even keeping people honest is just about what to expect. Nonetheless, Blame F with all the aggression in the world. Pushed all the way up to Fountain. Meeting that of forZe there. Almazer falls first. May not be the last one.
Blimf just trying to play from the fountain, just using his cover, and you know he didn't make a lot of noise, but not a whole lot came off the back of it. He does get dropped by Z-Power, no one really close enough to trade, so it's back into a 4v4. forZe looking to try and take some control towards middle. They'll use a smoke for the toilets. There's Jerry deploying that one. They'll send a player right through the smoke. So that severs the information flow of Heroic, but Freiburg, he's just going to sit in the toilets. He's going to drop Z-Power. That'll be a man advantage available to that CT side. So Heroic, the Danes looking strong, but forZe looking to try and pull it back. They've got a little bit of a nifty boost going on, but no one's left in the toilet, so it's not going to amount to too much.
Here we are, holding on to what we've got. S-Tag, he's got Flit in his crosshair, and the trigger has been pulled, making it just that much harder for forZe. 2 alive, 20 seconds on the clock. Not a whole lot they can expect to do here. Looks like they still want to press the issue.
Ooh, this angle from Estetag is quite a scary one, but he's dealt with it well. You know, they traded back by FaceCrack. It's a bit of a one and done. FaceCrack sees the AWP, and that's the win of the round, really. You got no time left. You pick up the AWP, you can run away with that. At least it's something you bring into the next one.
Big NT right there. Heroic putting another one up on the board. Again, having lost the first map. There you have it.
Well, I would personally like to see the AWP thrown as a Z-Power and just let FaceCrack upgrade to a Deagle of some sort and just kind of leave Z-Power on the AWP, see what he can get done on his own. And this was that play from Freiburg. That was disgusting. The flick onto that second player in the water pit. Unbelievable. Couldn't quite win it, though.
No. It's close. It's a good attempt. Now we're going to see the boost come out. They're going to try to put this AWP to use. Oh, he was there, and now he's not. A little bit of a peekaboo situation. Train coming into the way, and no one will be there when he re-peeks it. Meanwhile, this is going to be nasty. If Saban can get the timing right, he's about to line himself up with quite a few frags. But not sneaky enough. Gonna have to fall back just a little bit. The fight will ensue. Nato Safix is there to help him out. And again, he's taking this fight right into T-spawn. Nato Safix gonna hide, get out of dodge. Risky play, but overall, he'll be able to explode out onto the B site. Gonna have to bring the bomb back though, and he's not alone. It's Blame F that'll be there to get him. When I say get him, I mean get got.
Well, it will be the man advantage for the T side. forZe trying to make this happen, and really, you'd look at it and you'd say they had no right, but they forced themselves into this situation. And the smoke has gone down onto the bomb site itself. Estetag trying to spam one in. It's 12 HP. Doesn't matter. FaceCrack will take his head off. Nato Safix into the 1v3 clutch and trying one step up. He's had a bit of a quiet performance in the series so far. What a way this would be to light the scoreboard up as he's got the first kill. So low, though. 19 HP, AWP looking right at him. And also got the help of Almeza if needed, but it's not. So C-Power gets 2.
And good round for the forZe to have grabbed. Maybe on their path to having a very successful T side. We'll have to see. But right now, not a whole lot of success to be had for Heroic in terms of the economy game. We'll see what they can scrounge together and conjure up. But right now, we're just seeing an ump, 2 umps, a deagle, CZ. Not a whole lot else. A scout. There we go. We'll round it out with a scout. Should help.
S-Tag really leans towards the scout instead of upgraded pistols or SMGs because it gives him a good chance to sort of damage up, soften up some of the opponents and allow those pistols and SMGs to be more potent. But not a good start for FaceCrack. He does take quite a bit of damage on board early.
He does do that. Big grenade there, too. Good call from Heroic. Especially considering they're weak by in this round. That'll certainly help to soften up forZe.
That is quite brutal from Freiburg. Not able to land anything, so Flip will drop him. Man advantage here for forZe. I think they're just taking the time, making sure that they leave no stone unturned. And this is a good start on their T side of Overpass. If they can keep this up, build themselves up a nice bit of momentum and a few runs together, again, they've got a map one under their belt already.
Speaking of stones unturned, what about that Blarney one? What's that all about?
Well, yeah, it's kind of disgusting.
It sounds kind of gross. I'm not going to lie to you.
It certainly probably has some crazy bacterial infections.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to ever kiss that thing.
It seems like it would be pretty gross.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice shot there from S-Tag with the scout. More grenades landing in, the bomb being planted there on the A site. It's forZe that do control it. And looks like Heroic want to back away with some of these weapons. Potentially Native Sapphics could stick around and grab one. But overall, yeah, the Blarney Stone seems pretty gross, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen so many pictures of people I know kissing it, not to mention all of the other people.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a cold sore kind of...
Oh.
Imagine that. Oh, disgusting.
Yes.
I can't think of anything worse than kissing a rock that millions of other people have kissed.
It's like a wild strain of cold sore, too. It's like there's no...
Yeah, it's like there's no cure for it. It just
there's no
stays there
Abreva.
forever.
There's nothing that you could use on that bad boy.
It's just there forever.
Yuck. Not yikes, but yuck. 3-3. Speaking of yuck, Heroic not having grabbed that round.
Is this... See, I don't know if the graphic in the top right is right. It says this is forZe's pick, but I quite doubt that. I'm pretty sure this is Heroic's pick, so don't trust the graphic because Heroic have decided to pick this a lot, and we've seen it in the video that they picked it. The graphic is wrong, and HLTV tells us Heroic have picked Overpass.
That is exactly what HLTV.org tells us.
And we trust that.
We do. You can head over to csgo.net and use code Chicago. Nice build there from Almazar. Quite the skirmish going on early in the round. They're just fighting through the smoke. Look at forZe. A little bit of team damage there, but nothing to be alarmed about. And then again, not a whole lot to fight with over on the Heroic side.
No. It's quite unfair, actually, the weapons that forZe have brought to the table in comparison to Heroics. It's going to require some Heroics, though, from the 3 remaining players. Sees that from BlameF. They've got a scout and S-Tag. I mean, they've had this quite a few times, but it's not really done a whole lot.
Freiburg up close here to the tunnel. If they do decide to go that way, they're going to need to check it. Only has USP, though. So can't put a whole lot of stock in it. Probably good for 1. But now that it's Heroic have pushed all the way through to the backside, they've kind of gotten them cornered off.
Ooh, Flit's going to check the corner. And Freiburg, a little bit unfortunate, as Jerry, the patience pays off. It looked like he had gone to sleep. He'd been holding that angle for so long, but the patience pays off.
Take your hand off the mouse, kind of just watching the radar. Feels bad, man. forZe, though, feeling good. 4-3. The money will just continue to build up. See some rifles come out here for Heroic. Change of pace. Don't see any kits just yet, but I do see an op on S-Tag.
We do. It's finally an upgraded weapon of that, the Scout, but it's a glass cannon, no Kevlar to help him in the further battles if grenades come in towards him. He is quite the squishy player for that. Round number 8. Certainly, the buy from forZe looks much better. Over on Heroic, none of them have helmets, but it doesn't really matter with the weapons available at forZe. And also, there's no kits, and that's more of a problem.
Yeah, much larger problem. Especially considering how long these rounds can drag out, and forZe can do that. In this instance, so 1-for-1 is done over on the B site. Still at even strength across the board until now. Face Crack really doing just that.
Well, forZe, interestingly enough, are a team everybody bangs on about having this aggressive play style. Not really seeing that at the minute, are we? It's a very slow, methodical approach, quite similar to that of the older versions of Navi and Flipside. Quite the traditional CIS approach to the T-sides.
There is a video, I mean, it was a meme back in the day that I've been looking for so long, and I cannot find it. It was Dat Team. I don't know if you recall Dat Team, D-A-T?
No.
There was some sort of spoof of a video, and it was, I don't know, it was like people dancing in a parking lot. It was so funny, and I cannot find it. I've combed Reddit, I've combed Google Images and Google Videos and YouTube and all that. I just wish someone would find that, tweet it at me, or at least tell me where to find it, and I'll do it.
Well, maybe one of the 4,000 people in the chat can maybe find it for us.
Perhaps.
If that's your job, go do it.
I know it's a rather vague description of what I'm looking for, but good luck nonetheless, and we're all counting on you. So, here we have it. 3v3. Blame F with all this information now. He's going to have the back shot there on the Almazer, and a quick trade by X-Power. I am more and more impressed by this forZe player every single game I watch.
Yeah, well, timing's not really a thing that they seem to have on the watch. They need watches.
They didn't really factor that in, did they?
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we did so well, and then they realized, oh, there's not enough time to actually win this.
Pause coming out.
Maybe it's to talk about the clock or something.
Perhaps.
So many teams have done that, though, in this Invitational. They've just left the time so low until they just run out of time, especially on Overpass. It seems like there's just so many angles for them to check or something. They just always forget about having to plant the bomb.
Yeah, and this is one of those maps where you can find yourself in pretty robust fights pretty frequently. And even more so than that, you could just become very timid at clearing your corners and very timid at taking some map control. And before you know it, you have no time. And that is rather unfortunate, but 4-4 is the score on the door.
There was another sort of meme I seen that was a few years ago, and I was trying to find it again, couldn't find it. It was the one where they have the guy at a LAN. He's playing CS, but he's duct taped to the roof.
Oh yeah, that's pretty easy one to find.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday again.
Those are the old days, man. CRT monitors, all that. Op pick coming out here, and again, X-Power giving them the business. It's S-Tag this time. And that's not a good start in the round for Heroic.
Wow, forZe. We might just find another kill here as well. As the boost is going to go over the top. There's a player there. If they move over to the left slightly. Oh, they'll spot the player at least. They go for the information.
Oh,
Not they've got the info. They don't have the kill, and Stavin didn't spot them, so they still know that he's there.
Oh, boy.
His crack does exactly that, lives up to his name, and Stavin finished off.
Oh, man.
Headshot coming in, and forZe are just picking up these initial kills with no answer from Heroic. Now, Mizer's actually looking at his teammate through the door. forZe just seem to be in so much control.
Yeah, they seem to have a very clear idea of how they want to approach the round as a whole, rather than, oh, we want to head this way, we want to do this, that, and the other. So good on them. Perhaps they can keep it up. Perhaps they earn that berth in Chicago, and we get to see a little bit of this action on land. We shall see. Bomb working its way out the long tunnel there. Flash will come in at a pretty opportune time. Nato Sapphics. And the smoke will run through and is only good for one. It's Flit that falls. Now Blame F and Freiburg needing to come alive here. Freiburg shooting from the connector. Blame F with the AWP towards Graffiti. Bomb planted, 2v3. I'm pretty sure Heroic are going to want to back away, or at least reposition for a better fight.
Well, Fierce Crack taking another one. Blame F, the last man standing. And this is a quiet performance by his sort of level. 7 kills. It's gone negative for the first time in a while. So far. So far.
So far, 5 on the board for forZe. And again, first map, they win this one, it's over.
Exactly. They are currently one map up in the series. The graphic is correct in that stance. They did get a win on Inferno. The only 2 lands I've actually seen forZe play at, from my memory, are PLG Grand Slam Abu Dhabi and Copenhagen Games.
Okay.
So they made the semi-final at the Abu Dhabi event, which, well, had some good teams at it. It had G2 and Fnatic with 2 big teams. And the Copenhagen Games didn't exactly have the strongest roster, but of course they won that. So they can only beat who's in front of you.
Well, yeah, there's that, and there's the idea that they're building blocks. You know, it's not like these guys just go straight over and start playing against the big dogs. That's just not exactly how it's meant to work. You get a couple lands, the smaller caliber lands, under your belt, and then if you can build off that, if you can show success, you show face, you keep doing it. Blame F with the Superman suit on will actually get deleted.
Yeah, this is just like a battering ram straight through the door of the B bomb site. And then kills coming in from Almirza.
Jesus.
They're really starting to build the momentum up.
It's the pace at which they just did that is alarming. And if you are heroic, that is probably scary.
Yeah, because you're not going to be in sort of a mental state where you think, okay, right, we've nearly won this one. We've got a couple of kills. When we get the rifles in our hands, this is where we do it. They've just seen no success whatsoever in the last couple of runs. And so when they get the rifles in their hands, it's not going to be that sort of mental thing lacking in the back of their head. We're like, okay, we're going to win on the rifles. It's just we're probably going to get wrecked again.
Probably. We'll keep an eye out. Just the Freiburg holding out, and not for very long. He gets sniffed out by that of Almazar. And there you have it. 6 for forZe. And we're going to see a buy come out for Heroic.
Well, we won't be seeing Heroic at the Major. They didn't make it to the Minors. Lost to no chance in the European Minor qualifiers. So they were quite disappointed in that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like too good of a time, does it?
They always sort of have that curse that they never make it to the Minors. It's kind of strange to see, but they are the career best, I would say, in this roster at least. And let's see if Z-Power can get anything done. The Fountain currently blocking BlameF, keeping him alive, but eventually he will be dropped. He's tried that so many times where he's just went towards the Fountain. It hasn't really reaped too much success. This time, aggression towards short sources the trig kill.
Such an awkward fight to have watched, too. In one instance, you know, BlameF stays alive for so long, and the other, you know, it's that the exit power can just continuously peak with that AWP. It's just going to be wild. Almost as wild as Freiburg, lining up for at least one. Not able to hear the sound cue of the player flip behind him.
That's awkward. It's kind of hoping NATO Safi's going to go for the knife kill, but considering the sort of, you know, what's at stake and they're behind, you have to take whatever you can, and the bomb's planted on the A-bomb site.
Well, there you have it. That's not going to be a secret to the guys of Heroic. Statement and out of Safex, want to go for this, and so far it's not been too good. Continue to not be good either. 7 for forZe. They're starting to get some momentum. This is going to be scary for Heroic. CT side now. Mind you, the GG.bet odds. You head over to GG.bet. These are the odds that are currently displayed.
Yeah, they've been chopping and changing, but currently 2.76 for Heroic. They are now the underdogs in their own map pick, so not a great stance moving forward. And the only round that Heroic have won in a while was one by time that forZe probably would have won if they had an extra few seconds. So it's not great. It's not a great showing here from Heroic on the CT side, I have to say. And something that we've praised them for is their individual level, and it's not really been there. forZe have stopped them from getting going.
It's very much the truth, especially when forZe can get out here and get a pace that just seems too fast for Heroic to handle. Really is a little bittersweet if you're a Heroic fan. Nonetheless, we will see a round where in which pistols on the side of Heroic yet again. Is it bad to call him forZe Clan? Is that
forZe Clan? I mean, it's could definitely catch on.
It really does. Doesn't it?
They've been around since 2001. This organization.
How do you know that?
It says established in 2001 on their logo.
That's what I thought. I saw the same thing. Just wanted to see if you knew something I didn't. And it would appear as though we know the same exact thing.
There we go. At least we share that knowledge. And you've kind of ruined my my moment.
No, dude, you got it. You nailed it. I think we were all thinking the same thing. How about that? Freiburg, good for 1. That's about all. That's all that Heroic going to be good for in that round. 8-4. We're going to see them invest yet again.
Well, the pause comes in again. We've seen a lot of these on Inferno. To my knowledge, this is like the second on Overpass. So definitely using their pauses up, and that's something a lot of teams didn't use throughout the Invitational, and that's probably why a lot of them aren't here. These two teams did use their pauses, and they find themselves in the grand final. Take what you will from that.
No. It's just come through here. Hell with it. We're going to directly address chat at this point. Waxley, I have just Googled that, and no, it's not a Harlem Shake video.
Yeah, that's something completely different.
Yeah.
Quite disturbing, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not really about that life. Okay, so let's strap it back in here. 8-4 for forZe. Now let's talk about this gun round a little bit there, Dinko. What could... never mind.
Well, what I'm seeing here is Freiburg's corpse on the floor. It's not a great start for Heroic. They haven't really got that much utility. The buy it's okay. It's better than we've seen in a while, but forZe still certainly looking like the team that are in the driver's seat. And they're taking Heroic for a ride at the minute.
Oh my goodness, you are not kidding.
It's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Heroic have no chance. They're not finding trades. They're not finding any kills whatsoever. forZe just know exactly where Heroic are playing from, and they're completely outclassing them here on their map pick.
Well, there was the one chance for them to potentially get back in the round, and Jerry sniffs it out. So stabbing. See you later next round. Native Safix by himself, 1v5, set up on the A bomb site. Bomb's going to be going B from the looks of it, and see just in this moment right here. 1v5. forZe playing it still so slow with 40 seconds left on the clock until they identify where he is. Very smart play from forZe Clan. See? Catchy.
It is catchy. Well, Heroic, half buy, surely, or a force. We'll see what they bring to the table. It's BlameF showing us he's going to buy UMP. The rest going with Kevlar as well. It seems like they're going to leave a little bit of cash in the buy and kill a little bit of a savings account that they'll bring into the next one. They'll see the interest rise. And by that point, though, it's most likely going to be 10-4. And that'll be the last round of the half coming up.
Oof. Big ol' oof, everyone.
Certainly looking like forZe will be heading to the Windy City.
Hold on now. Don't pull the trigger too soon. Unless you're exit power, it's never too soon. Except for right there. Anyway, pistols for the side of Heroic, not as, you know, they can really expect to battle it out with those if they can't battle it out with rifles. So here we have it, 5v3, 5v2.
Yeah, you kind of say that, but yesterday we were casting Nordavin. It seemed like they were way better on having no investment whatsoever. That game was a marathon.
A mess?
Yeah, a mess. Yeah, well, I was going to use marathon, but I think mess is probably...
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're both in the same place, I think.
A messy marathon.
There we go.
More Stavin and Native Safix. Upgraded pistols and Kevlar left to play with in a 2v5. And forZe have just looked unbeatable, to be honest. And if you're Heroic just sitting here getting your head blown off every single round, then you certainly start to feel like they're unbeatable as well.
Listen, if forZe make it to Chicago, I want to see them perform on LAN. I want to see Exit Power doing this stuff with confidence on LAN. Yeah, it's a different beast altogether, but
it definitely is. Yeah,
I would love to just see that sort of blossoming in its own way.
Again, we have a small sample pool, but they seem to look okay on LAN at the 2 LAN events against some of the better teams like Fnatic. They played really close on Inferno and 3 maps, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they can show us what they're made of on a LAN event. But still, Heroic, they're not dead yet. They could be, well, they're all dead in this one, but they could have some life moving into the next.
Let's see some of the teams that they've played. Pull it up right here.
Not amazing teams, right? The one time they lost to Cats, this is the game where Simple was the stand-in for Cats and destroyed them with 56 kills in like 1 map or something.
That's right. I do remember this. 56 and 23 on Mirage.
Yeah.
First of all, that dude is outrageous.
Yeah.
Secondly,
How'd they get him as a stand-in? It's like, oh yeah, we need a stand-in. It's simple.
The best player in the world. Well, here we go. Another gun round. Potentially another chance. Somehow, Exit Power missing a shot in this last round of the first half. Very uncharacteristic, all things considered. But the fight will continue on. You can tell forZe are not super intimidated by the weaponry of Heroic.
And yeah, I wouldn't be either. There's just been bullying the Danish players for the last couple of rounds, and 11-4 would be exactly what the doctor ordered for forZe. Heroic will try and patch up this, this wounded beast that is their half. And the CT side of Overpass is generally the side that's more favored as well, but Nado Safix on the AWP, something we haven't seen too often, and something he's definitely a good player with coming through. We'll get the early pick.
I could feel that going a certain way. Calling for the boost, Exit Power. Let's see what he does with it. He's going to hold for a site. And for the first time in a long time, it's Heroic with the upper hand. The number advantage. The shot's there. He can't land it. They're going to continue to contest this. 30 seconds on the clock. It's becoming a closer round than we've had in the rounds prior.
Well, yeah, 30 seconds left. forZe, you've lost the round already with no time left. Make sure that you keep an eye on the clock this time. Molotov goes towards Bank. It will be Blame F. This angle, I'm going to say that it's going to be difficult for next car to check it. We'll get a little bit of damage received down to 28. So, yep, it's starting to look pretty good for Heroic for the first time in a while. They'll get a couple of kills and they'll finish off the half with 5. So, if they win the pistol, there certainly is a chance that they can make this happen.
Yep, Stabbing on 3 and 11. S-Tag on 7 and 10. Freiburg 10 and 12. Looking over the other side, Face Crack 17 and 7. Pretty gross stuff there all around.
Yeah, and Freiburg had that one round where he went massive and got 4 kills, and since then hasn't really been as impactful. But I think the same can be said for pretty much everyone at Heroic.
Yeah, it's been a pretty uphill struggle. This pistol round will be pretty telling. We're going to see them switch over to the T side, and then forZe on their CT. Let's see if they go for first. Here comes Jerry. He's going to opt to go for connector. All right, well.
Well, that is a way to deal with it. Blimef just charging towards middle. The rest of the troops in behind him, and Freiburg has picked up one of the P250 towards B. And Flit, he's going to be holding this over. Here's the footsteps. He has to call for the rotation, surely. He has to give the info to his team, and Flit's just hiding in the corner, letting them jump over the top of him, but it's not a single kill coming in from forZe just yet. Heroic have done everything they need to. And Stabbed, he'll find actually a chance, but it's Freiburg who steals that away, and he'll eventually get himself a kill.
Okay, so 6 on the board for Heroic. They've grabbed a pistol round, giving themselves a shot. Still a long one, but nonetheless, with their map down already and the GG.bet odds looking like they do, here we are. Five USPs, no investment whatsoever for forZe in this round. They're going to do it proper. They're going to kick it old school. These are the rounds that Heroic need to not lose. That somehow, some way, they find a way to lose these, then pack it up, fellas.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. Not for forZe. Be a miracle for them. They're going to go for the triple boost. This usually reaps at least one kill unless they get spotted and fail the boost, and there it is. Freiburg spots it, so a kill comes in. Z-Power doesn't check to his left, and because of that, Freiburg will have the advantage for Heroic with 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock.
That's right. Plenty of time to do whatever it is that they need to do. Use some utility in doing so. forZe loving these boosts. So far, it's done nothing for them in this round. Face Crack grabs an ump. The bomb will be heading to A, though.
Yeah, Freiburg being the tower toppler. Dropping both boosts with his UMP, and the rest of forZe remain. One with the UMP, but Nado Safix wants to get rid of the ball. They line up for him. He only gets the 1 kill and makes the right call just to fall away. Doesn't want to give away anything to forZe. They are both coming in from the bank.
They are.
Nado Safix is so paranoid about this smoke, though. He just knows the way forZe play.
Yeah. Unorthodox. Pretty much their middle name. Well, that was a good shot from S-Tag, nonetheless. Now with 3 HP, could have found a gun and got out of there. Perhaps it would have done some good in the next round. Not even going to have the chance for that. So, 7th on the board for Heroic. They're able to bounce back just a little bit thus far. Still a dominant first half from forZe, and we have yet to see them with rifles until this point. Just one AUG. Wow. What a time to be alive. Just one AUG here for forZe. And we have a silenced M4 alongside 3 Colts.
Yeah, the AUG doesn't really come through that much anymore, which is...
times have changed, haven't
yeah.
they?
The SG is the weapon that gets purchased a lot nowadays, which is they're just trying to find which weapon with the scope they can use.
Those meddling kids, man.
Well, Nate will go in, do some damage onto Jerry. And we dropped to 59. So not exactly the start that Jerry would have wanted. But Heroic, it's a bit of a bonus round. They're going to keep some of their weaker weapons in play. The UMP available to scout there as well. So on paper, forZe have better rifles across the board. And if you go, pound for pound, then certainly they do have the better weapons. We'll see if Heroic can make it happen. If they do, that's a complete reward on the cash.
Yes. This would be a big one for forZe to grab, or they might just let Heroic slip back into this game after such a dominant half. That would be a pretty big travesty for these fellas.
Yeah, for everyone involved. In terms of, well, apart from Heroic fans, they'd absolutely love that. Gives them a chance to see their team compete for that spot. 45 seconds remaining. Heroic eventually starting to make their approach in towards the A-bomb site. Will be the spray from Nido Safix. Almeister just has no idea that there's even a possibility that they could come in from long. And because of that, he will die.
Yes, he will. And he's not the only one. X-Power is going to fall too. Quite the lackluster round here for forZe since they have purchased up. They're going to be walking out. They have spotted the gun barrel. They're going to take the fight. It's just Face Crack and Jerry. Just a tower of Heroic players here in the middle of the bomb site. Freiberg on the hunt, and he might just be getting a kill. Nope, not happening. No supper tonight as Freiberg misses that shot. Stavin and Nedosafix on low HP. Don't see them hunting too aggressively. When I say that, here he is in the playground.
Well, Jerry and Fizcrack finding a nice, comfortable spot to retire to here in round number 18. But it might not be a very long-lived retirement, as it actually will be. They're going to leave them alone. And Jerry and Fizcrack will carry them into the next one. So, 3 in a row here for Heroic, 10-8. Certainly a comeback to be had here. Only 2 away from forZe. And also, forZe aren't going to have a whole lot of money into this one. A buy is not going to be a possibility. Well, it is a possibility, but it would be completely ill-advised. And so the next one after this should be 10-9. That's when we'll see the buy come back in for forZe.
Maybe, just maybe, Exi-Power can get in here with the scout. Land a couple shots, really soften the blow, and these pistols can finish it off.
Also got an AK on Fizcrack that could certainly help with that.
Looks like it's going to be the side of B. It's going to be the popular tourist destination here of Heroic. Using all the utility they can, running out. Stavin goes first, grabs his second kill as well. Looks for the third on the player at the barrels. But this defense has been lacking, and it does fall. Flit somehow still alive here. They haven't cleared it. He will be able to stop the planter. Good calm and good call there for him to just take it easy. Another time before he gets shot towards the back from Freiberg somehow. That just doesn't go the way you would think it would.
No, very quick reactions, good flick as well, but that's the way it should have went, and finally it happens. 10-9, Heroic. 4 kills from Stavin now, entering the B bomb site, just absolutely rolling over the top of it. And so this is where we'll see the buy come back in from forZe. Paul's coming in, they need to discuss it. All that momentum they built up in that first half, it's completely gone. It's a new game, and we're starting to see that back and forth be established yet again between the two teams, and the even scoreline is a real possibility here.
And here's the other thing, too. You have to take into consideration that, well, Heroic won both pistol rounds, right? And then you have a 10-5 half, first half. Now you're bringing it back after winning the second pistol. It's kind of like, are you going to do this or are you not going to do this? Stop toying with my emotions.
They're just teasing everyone.
Yeah, at this point, pretty much.
Well, they are a map down in the series, so they definitely need this. If not, then it's over. They will not... Well, they get $5,000. Like, that's not bad. But obviously, the main prize, like we said, is the IEM Chicago invitation. we'll see if they can grab that. As forZe, they have got the buy in again. 3 Augs purchased on the CT side this time.
Oh, baby.
A little bit of normality over the recent months.
And keeping an AWP there into Power's hands is going to be one of the most fruitful things they could hope to do. He's just got to do something with it.
Yeah, well, Stavin going to pick up Almir's Z-Power. He'll pick up 1 back, and it's into a 4v3. Man advantage on the T side. As they start to come in towards the B-bomb site. FaZe, 20 HP. He might be the man to meet a sticky fit as Molotov comes in. Does so much damage, but he's still alive on 4 HP. And with 1 minute and 5 seconds left, all he needs to do is delay.
Delay, delay, delay. Running through
goes.
smoke. FaZe grabs 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. Unfortunately, X-Power on the other side of the site. He's going to jump up and try to get an op shot there to stop a plant. Flame F's pushing all the way through. They're going to run this thing all the way to A, and that's going to create quite the problem for X-Power. 1 lands. Looks to grab the second, trying to bait out the shot. NATO Sapphics. Can he do it? No. But X-Power can. And quite the interesting comm there from Heroic to try to run it all the way through to A, I guess.
They ran into Power.
That's strange. Perhaps they thought he was going to come from connector or something. I'm, honestly just a little baffled. It is what it is.
It is what it is, and that is 11 runs for forZe. So back to winning ways. It's their first of the second half. Can they get more than that? The last time they won one, they went on a massive streak of run wins. So perhaps we'll see the same.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, actually, the video I'm looking for is about DAT team, D-A-T team. Quite some time ago, I believe they were qualifying for the major. This would have been years back. It was a meme. It was when I'm DAT team, something like that. It's not the Sportio drop it music. It's something completely different. So if you find that, I'd be thoroughly impressed. Anyway, let's go back to the game. The thing we're supposed to be talking about here. It's going to be Jerry, the dust spam down there towards that tunnel. And has put quite the hurting on this offensive push. FaZe wants to play 2. And with that FAMAS, he's going to grab 2.
Yeah.
Just Freiburg in a heroic moment here for himself. 1 versus 2. He's going to go for the plant. Nade's going to give him a little bit of damage. Brings him down to 90. Here we have it. They're both going to come from the same angle. X-Power and Flit. Just grabbing it. Not sure where he is. Walking right into it, and he does it. Freiburg rolling him back. And that puts Heroic on 10. Oh, baby, a double.
Well, there we go. Big clutch from Power in the last one. Big clutch from Freiburg. Both teams trying to stay alive. And I thought FaZe had done enough here. Getting that second kill before falling, leaving Freiburg into the 1v3. But he plays it well, and they walk right into him. So
it's just such an impossible angle to fight, too. Just, ugh. It is what it is. And that will be the storyline as we look at the pistols over here in forZe. Let's tag with an op. So we go for that early peek towards Fountain. No one's there to play the game, though.
Well, it's really looking like it could be even yet again. 11-11. I heard you meant to make a wish at that scoreline.
Yeah, man, something like that. It's 10:32 here, so maybe it's the scoreline. You're right.
There we go. Kills coming in for Stavin. 2 lined up against the pistols. E-Power will step in with 1 on the P250, and it will be the man advantage for the T side. Minute and 5 seconds is what Heroic have to play with. And Jerry's pushed through waters. He'll get some info that there's no one really here. And I'll just take a nice, cozy spot in the corner in water.
That's what we will have. A little bit of a waiting game. Still pistols over here for the side of forZe. Unable to garner any of the fallen weapons of Heroic. And so everything comes to a little bit of a standstill. They're going to try to methodically clear their way into the A site, or at least a little bit closer to it. Heroic not having dedicated themselves to it just yet. They are in the process of making their minds up of going along A.
Well, will be the heroic advantage doubled. Thanks to Freiburg with the AK-47. Excess Power will try to do his best to be a bit of a nuisance, and there's only 10 seconds left. They've waited so long, but Excess Power can't get a dunk in Jerry, though. And the answer is also no, but two very scary situations there for Heroic. They let the time run down to a bare minimum.
The bare minimum is what has happened, as well as a pause ringing in right now. Still potential for nuke here, should Heroic pick up this map win. forZe win it, they're going to Chicago. Intel Extreme Masters awaits.
Although if Heroic win it, another map waits, and it's nuke. That's again, correct. Both teams are not too bad on this map. I'd probably give the edge to Heroic. And so forZe 100% want to get it done here. Don't want to have to fight another map. They've already had a long best of 3, and they went straight into this one. Heroic did have a best of 3 at the start of the day, but they had a little bit of a break. Freiburg is at the top of the scoreboard. This is the first time in the tournament so far we've seen BlameF be on 11 kills and not the top.
Freiburg. You ever go back and watch some of the old GoTV demos from the majors?
Yeah.
And it's just like such a low quality VOD.
Yes, the microphones are terrible.
Now. Guardian.
It sounds like they're trying to communicate from like a spaceship or something.
Yeah.
Especially Red Eye. I've seen Red Eye in the microphone hilarious back then.
Oh boy. Here we are though, 11-11, round 23 among us. We do see some weapons back out for forZe, so this is their chance to battle it back. And will they do it? That's going to be the big question. They had quite the commanding lead in the first half. Already picked up the first map. And now they've let it slip away quite a bit. X-Power, quite influential, and he's almost caught there with his pants down.
It's an embarrassing state to be caught in. Luckily, he has got away in the nick of time. And 1 minute and 4 seconds left. It's Heroic sending every single one of their troops towards the upper side of the map. No one towards the lower part. No one even thinking about B right now. Stavrid had an opportunity to try and take away the AWPer of forZe, but he's sticking around. He's still causing problems in the bathroom. And no one likes that.
You're damn right. There we go. Finally a sign of life here from forZe. Almazer for 3. Quite a bit of work in this round until he does fall to Staven. But that does put the back foot on Heroic. BlameF and Staven alive and alone, looking to get this bomb planted. They're going to have to retrieve it first. And, well, as the story's told, it's going to be a marshmallow made out of X-Power. Face crack on the big flank, though. This is what they've got to look out for. Catching him out in the open. Good shot there. He's going to go for the repeat, and it does land.
So forZe back into the lead. This is so hard to call at this point. And Heroic have got another buy.
Oh, baby.
Really comes to crunch time. If Heroic can't get it done in this one, perhaps this is when forZe build that momentum that Heroic couldn't stop in the first half. And FaceCrack still has been frying. Even in the runs that they've lost, he's still got multiple kills in towards the B-bomb side, the rotation coming in here. A lot of impact being shown across the door here for both teams. But forZe coming out on top at the minute just by a small margin. Can Heroic answer back, bring it right back into a 12-12 scoreline, and send the money from forZe to the bin?
Yes, in the proverbial bin, where no one wants to be hanging out. BlameF already taking a considerable amount of damage in this round. No map control over on the side of A, of long, of bathroom, none of that. There we go. They're going to try to walk out here quietly. And somehow, some way, it's S-Tag that does falter in the shot. Freiburg getting it done. And X-Power there with the AWP to stop that just shy of where they need it to be. Still very much around the Heroic can win. The bomb pretty far back, but he can catch up. In the meantime, it's going to be Stavin and Native Sapphics that need to kind of become the pathfinders of this situation. They're going to be doing that, trying to work their way towards A. I think forZe has a hint of this, and they're going to start to back away as well. This is going to be quite the conflict on the A site. Almazar with the jump spots. Spotted no one yet, but they are closer than he would like to see. Maybe you just saw the top of the head there. Oh, definitely saw it now. Here's the hit.
Well, here's the kill from Native Sapphics. Almazer is the man to drop. Split steps up.
Oh,
a double
baby.
kill coming in. And it is BlameF. 24 HP. Been quiet in this map. Has been amazing in the tournament, though. And he looks for the clutch. A 1v2 to save Heroic's chances here. forZe will go up to 13. And Heroic will start to fall away. But he's on the bomb site, the time ticking. He'll hide behind the boxes in default, just biding his time. So many angles to be aware of at this point, though. He's got a fight between two of them, and one bullet would be enough to drop him. And so forZe just biding their time, making sure they come in together, but it's a kill for Blimf. He picks up the clutch, and it's 12-12.
Later, Alligator, Blame F, getting it done, keeping them honest, 12-12. And Heroic on the odds, becoming the favorite in the matchup. My goodness. forZe has to be at a loss for words.
Wow. The odds have shifted massively. Heroic back being favorites, 1.46 to win the map here, and 2.56 from the odds brought to you by GG.bet. And to be honest, this one is still hard to call, because
it really is.
At some point, you've got to feel that forZe will just come back into it as well. They could even do it in this one, which is kind of crazy. They have the ability on a lot of their players with the Deagles and the 5.7s to make it happen.
Here we have the freeze time coming to an end. And albeit not the strongest of purchasing power there for forZe, so they're going to have to stick to their pistols. Meanwhile, Heroic, well, anything that they want.
Well, Freiburg sends himself in towards water. He's dominated this area when forZe went for boosts, so I think you're fine leaving him in there on his own. Certainly able to deal with a lot of different situations that come at him. So at this point, forZe, the main goal is to create chaos, to try and climb that ladder, and hopefully pull away with a round win. Heroic, it's all about not making mistakes, making sure you don't put a foot wrong. All the pieces of the puzzle are in the correct position. And you get yourself to 13, you get back in the lead on your map pick. And I have to say, this has been quite the turnaround from Heroic coming into the second half, because the first was definitely a slow burner. They managed to get 5 at the half, win the pistol. Since then, it's looked much better. And there's the picture-in-picture. It is going to be Blimf up towards the toilets, finding success in Almazer. Man advantage is going to be on the T side.
That it is. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Here comes Staven, turning up the gas just a little bit. Double nades coming out there, finding some success. Not going to be enough to stop this train that is Heroic. Still, the fight will ensue. Flit by himself with the CZ. Can he stop this even more? Almost. But it's S-Tag, brought down to 20. And putting Flit away, putting another round on the board for Heroic, and putting them ever so much closer to that third map.
Well, it's do or die time for forZe if they want to get back into the lead. They have a chance here to equalize, and it's going to be the buy coming in. Augs again on most of the players here. They picked up 2. They love to keep it on the riflers. They've got a good mixture, actually. They've got an M4A4 on FaceCrack, an M4A1S on Jerry, 2 Augs, and an AWP. So everyone on a different variation of the rifle. And we'll see Heroic with their purchase. It is going to be UMP on Freiburg. He's going to have a little bit of utility available. And the AWP in the hands of S-Attack. Oh, ho, ho.
Wow.
That's a good start.
Again, very, very, very pivotal round here for forZe. We need this one, and already off to a pretty rough start with FaceCrack. Just out of the fight that early. He's had a pretty good game thus far, but ultimately quite the lead for forZe going into the second half, and that has gone completely away at this point. Nuke looking ever so likely.
Well, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Flit sits off towards long. Aggressive stances here. He could find the trade. And it's not going to be an answer very quickly here. And he wants to go forward. He wants to find another. And that might just come back to bite him. But no, he's got another kill. This is perfect from Flit. And he stays alive. This is certainly looking much better for forZe. The flash comes around the corner. And he gets that one as well. forZe looking to try and make it 13-13.
He needed it so bad. forZe needed it even more. He stays delivering. Freiburg, what are you going to do now? Looking to get the bomb on the other side of the smoke. He jumps right through it and gives him the business. While he does grab the bomb, 1 versus 3, this would be the round for Freiburg. This would be the heroic moment that he needs to find.
20 seconds.
Yeah, not looking likely. He does run all the way through. A little bit of a nice flash through the window. Nicely done.
Oh.
Adam Freiberg keeping him going. But the timer just not on his side as he goes for the plant. forZe win the round. And holy cow, what a good attempt there from Freiberg. Love the flash. Love the whole thing. Flit really keeping him in the round, keeping him in the map, keeping him in the game.
One-man army. Flit just standing here, killing everyone from multiple different angles. They come in from behind. He's waiting for that as well. And like you said, a valiant attempt from Freiberg. The time just was not on his side.
And given the position of where he was, you might even call him a Flitstone.
I like that one.
Sorry, man, I was reaching. But there it is. Yes, we still have a tied ball game here. And it's going to be heroic with just about nothing to show in this round. 2 Deagles. 3 Glocks. What can they do with it? They're going to be taking connector. They're going to be running into Flit again. It's going to be the AUG tearing that ass up. And here we go.
This is unbelievable. Even with the slow fire rate of the AUG, he's still able to get 3 kills there. And Heroic are just being ripped apart. One man standing, it's Freiberg, and he's picked off as well. 14-13 for forZe, 2 away from IEM Chicago.
So close, yet so far. Heroic really pushing this one to the brink. And right here in the connector is where it all went down. Just a massacre, and Flit at the right place at the right time.
Well, crunch time for Heroic. Paul's coming in. They're going to have to come up with a master plan here. They've got a buy coming through, but it's going to be limited on the utility. They'll have some, but not a whole lot. forZe, their buy, they've got everything they could possibly want. Jerry's even going to stay on the MP9. That's how confident he's feeling right now. So this could end up being map point and also IEM Chicago point, we're going to call it.
Just want to say, forZe fans, thank Flit out there for this, because just staying alive at the rocket long has put them into this position. So again, the timeout is called, and we're just going to wait this one out. This one's gotten to be quite exciting. It was a landslide at half, and now the only thing sliding into land is forZe. They are just 2 rounds away from the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago berth. Unbelievable.
Well, that certainly will be their biggest LAN they've ever attended.
That'll be their statement plays if they can do it.
And perhaps they'll earn invites to the likes of DreamHack Opens and
perhaps
other teams, other tournaments like that.
Look at this. Freiberg, 26-21, having a good time.
Yeah, definitely. Freiberg has actually been the other player on the team with BlameF that's been impressive, and Freiberg's continued it. BlameF has dropped off in this final map, and that's really the important series for him to show up in, as well as the grand final.
Crucial performance here. It's not going to be enough if they can't get past forZe here on this round.
It's really, you feel like this is definitely the last one, though. Even though it's technically not, the money from Heroic, if they lose this one, is gone. forZe will have everything they could possibly want. They've even got some cash in the reserve here. So forZe just want to make sure they get map points here. They put it to 15-13, and then they close it out from there. But it's never as smooth sailing as it seems, or it should be.
Yeah, never quite the case, is it? Nothing can ever be easy. Speaking of easy, it's going to be Heroic that don't feel too confident pressuring that fountain area, the party area. So they're going to back off. Just under a minute left on the clock, and they're going to start to flex back towards B. Luckily for them, Power with his AWP is on A, not by himself. Here comes quite the trajectory of smokes. Utility being exchanged. Face cracked, lighting him up, but it's only good for 1.
This is where that MP9 of Jerry might have to do some work. It does get 1 kill. They're all coming in as well, but BlameF gets 2 on the Galil. It's into a 2v2 in Freiberg. He's had a great game so far. He's pushed up close to the smoke, and he might just take it away. There it is. It's all in Almazer. A 1v2 to try and bring forZe to map and series point. He will get 1 on the Freiberg. 1v1 up against BlameF, and BlameF is on 8 HP. The time is ticking. And you have to feel like the time is ticking on Heroic's chances as well. If Almazer can make this happen.
Oh, you pull a grenade out, you really do expose yourself, and there's the shot. BlameF does it again. He delivers in an impossible situation, 8 HP, and we are still neck and neck in this game, 14-14. Heroic staying alive. Wow.
What a final map.
You just can't make this one up. And it's not even the final map. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's the well, should have said what a final series
Yeah,
to this
there we
tournament. That's the correct term to use, but this is absolutely incredible. 14-14. Nothing separating the two teams yet again. The buy from forZe is good. They pull out the double op setup. Jerry's gone onto the AWP as well as Z Power, and this has certainly been something that's helped a lot of the teams find success. Is it the recipe for some forZe success?
Quite the forward smoke there in the connector. Really staving off that of Heroic. Meanwhile, they're just going to be hauling it up along A. They want to get into the A site. They haven't really tested it in too long. Last time, Flit gave him the business. Can he do it again? They're going to go ahead and reposition for this take. I think they have a hunch, and here it is. They've pulled one shot. Exy Power in the sight. Finds one kill. Is he good for more? He's got a teammate there in Flit. This is so far not gone as well for Heroic as they would have liked. They do have only 3 alive.
Under a minute left. Advantage there for forZe. They start to come into the bomb site. It's going to be the MAC-10 from virtus.pro with one. A second coming in as well. And the advantage is with Heroic. It's the long spray for virtus.pro, not connecting as he runs out of ammo. This might just be the end of him. And virtus.pro gets it done. And they're crumbling under the pressure. Jerry trying to make it happen. 1v3 needed to come through. And it's Heroic that will go to map point first.
Unbelievable. You really do hate to see that right there.
Yeah, that's
every single bullet of your ump, every single round, not going where you wanted it all. Then you press 2, you pull out the pistol, and still nothing goes your way. Just a rough turn of events there for forZe at the end of the round. Rough one to follow.
It's not over yet, though. Could be overtime. Another buy coming in from forZe. FAMAS on 3 players, 5-7 there for virtus.pro and an MP9 for Jerry. Over on Heroic, they've got the money they need. They've got the buy that they want. Can they get the result that they want? 16-14 here on Overpass to take us to Nuke.
Just want to see a testament of resilience here from forZe. Can they bounce back from, it's such a tragedy really over these past couple of rounds, not going their way. You lose the 1v1 to Blame F there in the site. He's on 8 HP. You lose this one right here on the A site. It's rough. And now you're forced to buy it with what you can, which is going to net you 1 kit. But here we have it, the last round of regulation. Staring down the barrel of the next map is Heroic, who have Nuke on the cards. Or overtime with forZe pressing it, potentially ending it all here on Overpass.
Well, it's gone all 30 rounds here. Could be even more. And it's Heroic. They've got so much utility. So that's definitely something going for them. And, well, forZe, it's got the opposite. Got smoke on 2 players and Molotov available for virtus.pro alongside a flashbang. But the problem there is he's only got a 5-7. So it balances on. There'll be a smoke going towards toilets. Flit was the rock for forZe in a couple of rounds ago. It'll have to be so again. There's Blame F from the other end of the smoke. 1 minute on the clock. Heroic, they're going to be starting to put pressure towards A long. And Flit, can he deal with it?
Oh boy, well he's been in that situation before, this time with FAMAS. Almazar's going to be there to help. First kill going in the way. It's Blame F with 2. Looking for a third. Can't seem to find it. Exy Power coming online. 3 versus 3. Still very doable of a round. It's too early for GGs, everyone. Calm it down just a little bit. Stavin has found some prey here. Looks to secure it with the AK. Can't do it. And you know what that smells like, Dinko?
An overtime sandwich.
Oh, baby. Toasted pepper jack cheese and all the spice you could have possibly asked for. Heroic coming back from a 10-5.
Oh, Jerry. He's got to stay alive here. He goes over the top, and there's the kill. 1 more player left. Esatag in a 1v3, 5 seconds, no time, and it's overtime. 15-15, and forZe stay alive.
Oh, my goodness. What a showing right there. I asked for resilience from forZe, and they did deliver it. And moreover, it is, I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a tip as to behind the scenes here. We are in Ukraine, and there is an entire CIS broadcast element behind this, and I can hear the production just going wild that forZe are still in this one.
Well, there's the odds. GG.bet 2.12 for forZe. They are the slight underdogs here, with the Heroic being the favorites, 1.66. And actually, I think we have the either forZe manager or coach here as well. So in the studios. So that's, I'm sure he'll be happy if they can make it to Chicago.
Here we are, round 1 of OT. Money able to stabilize. Looks like xPower wanted to take that shot a little bit too fast in the quick switch. That one's going to sting. Freiburg really feeling it today. 28-23 in this first round. Now he's going to feel the pain of xPower's op.
It's got a sting to it.
Yes, it does.
As well, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Almiser is in this position previous. Can he hold on better with the M4A4? Well, with the headshot coming into Nido Safix, he stays alive as well. They don't want to go around this corner. He might just go to them, though. He was toying with the fact that he wanted to, but the Molotov will get on instead.
Look at that. Pretty well played there by him. Keeps him honest, keeps him off. Now they're just going to be holding on to the site. Time dwindling down. Staven able to just walk over here, finds himself at the truck. Does get a little bit of damage, but it's Flit puts an end to that, and they still have firm grasp on this A site. 40 seconds. Blame F&S tag. Looking to rebound here. Looking to keep it going.
Well, just on the other end of the smoke, Blame F waiting for it to fade. There could be a player in the corner he has to be careful of, but he needs to be careful he doesn't waste too much time. There's a flank coming in from behind, and that is Face Crack.
It's just not a lot of time to get out here on the site. 2v4, and they've got to clear the site, and moreover, get this bomb planted. 10 seconds on the clock.
This flank is really coming quickly now as well. They got to get onto the bomb site. Oh no, there's the bomb on the floor, and it's all over. So 16-15. forZe will pick up the first round of overtime, number 1.
We will keep it going here. GG Bet, Chicago Invitational. forZe just on the edge of grabbing themselves a berth into Chicago. They need to win out here in overtime, or we will be forced to go to a third map, the decider being Nuke. Heroic, on the other hand, cannot afford to drop this map.
Well, if you're new to CS and unfamiliar with the concept of overtime, the magic number we're looking for here is 19 for a team to win. 3 away are forZe from that number.
That is correct. xPower with AWP looking to land a shot on them, potentially boosting on the other side there on top of the slide. And Almazar playing up very close. That's going to be a surprise, but not to Blame F. Too fast for y'all.
Well, Z-Power steps in, drops him. So it's back into a 4v4. The battle of the reactions, it seems, and Z-Power is flashed off the angle, forced back in towards the toilet. It's going for the shot through the wall. Staven is on 4 HP.
That landed. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. 4 HP for Staven. Lucky to be alive. Here we go. 3v4. Jerry xPower and Face Crack holding on for forZe. They hold all this territory towards B, but it's xPower and the AWP that they put the trust in towards this A site. Creeping around the bathrooms, creeping around short. He's going to have some company here in a second. Maybe it's in the form of Captain Staven.
Power. Make sure that he finishes off his prey. He wounded him earlier. We'll eventually pick it up. 3v3. 30 seconds on the clock. forZe actually is going to back off. Heroic trying to get in towards the A bomb site. Nido Safix making sure that corner is clear. Doesn't want to give away his life for free.
Rightfully so. 3 versus 3. The site hit has to start any second. There's the peek from xPower. This guy is absolutely on one knee. He's not letting up anytime soon. Jerry's there to do the cleaning. And there you have it. 17-15 forZe.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some Dragon Lords in play. And it's a pretty cool skin. If you want to win some cool skins or have the chance to win some cool skins, head over to csgo.net and use the code Chicago for 30% more on your top-up. And again, the chance to win some cool new skins.
Nice.
You too may be able to win a Dragon Lord. It's highly unlikely, but we'll see.
Yeah, it is an official partner of the GG Bet Chicago Invitational. That is csgo.net. So, 17-15. On the cusp of where they want to be is forZe, and quite the spray from Face Crack. Can he find more than one? He does, only 2. That might just be enough. Freiburg with the answer.
Well, It's starting to look good here for forZe. They want to try and close this out flawlessly, but BlameF will take a headshot. And that might just throw a spanner into the works. As Flit stands on the bomb site. Oh no, that's so awkward. Stavin able to reply very quickly. There's the man advantage back for Heroic. Almirza makes his way towards the B bomb site. He's got to step up in a big way.
He has started to do that. Almazer with 2. Leads Stavin in a 1v2, and Exipower is going to be the one that prevails with the P250. We are so close to sending forZe into the Intel Extreme Masters Chicago.
Well, they have 3 chances of getting there here in the second half of overtime. Number 1, they only need 1 round to bring them to 19. And now Mizu does a great job here. It feels like even when forZe had the deficit or they had the disadvantage, they still stepped up and brought it back into their favor.
This could be it. This could be all she wrote. Let's see what forZe can do on their T side. Again, 1 round to rule them all.
Well, C-Power heads his way towards Connector. I'm sure the pressure is again on for this team. Having never been to a LAN event of that stature, this is maybe something that their careers have been leading up to.
Perhaps. Look forward to it. If they can secure it, I will be there in the front line watching to see what they can do on land. Exipower with the bomb and the rest of his team hanging out in the playground. Work their way up to party. Meanwhile, they've left Jerry over there on the other side towards B. And Connector will be that of Flit. Heroic cannot afford to give up this first pick. And they're not going to. Exipower falling. That's going to be a huge detriment to the firepower of forZe.
Well, that's the tag. He's trying to get close by, and that might just be another one. It is collected. forZe not looking like they will get it done here. Unless they relocate to the B bomb site very quickly. 40 seconds. Bomb collected yet again. Solid chance that they make this happen. They've got utility. They just need to get the kills. That's the next step. But there's another AWP here on this side of the map as well. That's where this double ult setup can be so potent. And as a player in the form of NATO Sapphics is wielding that second one.
There it is. NATO Sapphics is up. Brings the boom. Freiburg also bringing some of his own. Party is still alive for forZe, but Heroic trying to rain on that parade. So here we have it. Still match point. All we're looking at is 1 round for forZe, and they're going to Chicago.
Money no longer a big problem. So they're going to have another buy coming in here. Where it starts to become a problem is in the next one if forZe lose this.
Yes, big problem. Will they lose it? Let's find out. Prize is 19 for forZe. That's what they're looking for.
Well, over on the CT side, it's going to be a very passive setup. No one getting aggressive, wanting to make a mistake here on the CT side. And Freiburg, oh, what a headshot right through the box. What a way to lose a player if you're forZe.
Especially Flit, one guy that's been influential here on this map for forZe. And to just be taken down like that, you feel like you have no chance.
Well, again, Heroic with that advantage, they keep it. No answer from forZe. They start to make their way back over towards middle. You have to remember, forZe had a pretty good showing on the T side. So definitely no stranger to this side of the map. Under a minute left. Can they recover? Close by in the toilets. That's BlameF. A scary player to be running into, but this boost not going to really work out as BlameF is right around the corner. Just as well as he is, because if he was in the open, he might have just lost his head.
Hold on to what you got, ladies and gentlemen. 4 versus 5. They seemingly were waiting for some smokes to fade. They've got that now. Some utility's going to get dumped over here towards the B bomb site. Jerry with the trade. 16 seconds.
Time is of the essence here for forZe.
Move very quickly, and that's the bomb. Big kill from Nido Safix, and Freiburg still here. Z-Power, no chance.
Ooh.
Oh, nice shot though, but it's only a consolation at this point. It will be another on the board for Heroic. It's either over 2-0 or it's double overtime. And we do it all again.
And the money looking rough. They are able to hold on to that AWP on X Power, but the rest of them, well, they're going to have to jump into some AKs. We do have a pause. It doesn't seem like someone has DC'd from the server. Shouldn't be a big problem. Should be able to get them back in momentarily. In the meantime, here are your GG.bet odds. Heroic, not the favorites in this one, but not by a huge margin. Now they adjust right on the fly, too. So,
well, they're adjusting quite quickly here. Fluctuating as they go, and still not the favorites, though. forZe, even with a player disconnected, they're still the favorites.
yeah.
They only need one, but they had 3 chances of getting that one, and they still couldn't do it. That would be the most heartbreaking way to lose, though, is if you get to a map point and you have 3 chances at it, you end up losing all 3 of them, have to do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Z-Power certainly hasn't dropped off at all. He's been actually getting better, it seems, as the night's gone on.
Yeah, and a lot of big rounds here from Flit. Love to see a team effort come online here, and you're absolutely right. X Power's certainly been impactful, to say the very least, for this forZe side.
Fistcrack seems to have returned. I believe it was him that dropped from the server.
Not a big deal. Just had to get his vaccination, and now he's back. We will be getting the game underway. Looks like we're just ready to hit dot ready. Pause still in effect. Hate to leave you all on red like that, but that's just what we've got. Here's some typing. Not entirely sure as to what the situation is. We're not privy. That's okay.
Well, everyone's purchasing up, so it seems to be ready. I think it was just, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
So that's good.
Freeze time is ready to go. Okay.
And this could be forZe taking themselves to IM Chicago, or Heroic taking us to overtime number 2. And then the magic number does become 22. So the changes. We're still looking at 19. Coming into this, it will be a Mac 10 from Azer. Even though the money's not great, it's still a decent buy. They have the AWP available on XE Power. That's important. They have also got the AKs.
He's going to go for this aggressive pick right away. This man can taste the Chicago deep dish pizza right there, almost in his hands. 30-17 as we look at the very end of OT1. He's by his lonesome over there, too. Very interesting setup here from forZe. They're going to leave 4 over there towards the B side. And then X Power, we're going to send you up here to see what you can do. He is gaining a lot of ground, too, with no contact whatsoever. That being because Heroic playing over there towards long. Blame F and S-Tag. Here comes the pop flash. Look at this. He's walking all the way through the site. Scoped in. Oh, boy.
I don't know what's just happened. He's literally just walked from T-spawn to A site.
Yeah, no one there at all. Least path of resistance.
Well, okay, he's got the kill. That's all that matters. And forZe, they've got the Mac 10. Can they run in? Can they get Chicago here? But it's Stavin to step up, stand tall, as Nido Safix will chime in as well. But it's Z-Power and Flit. They get it done. It's Nido Safix and Blim F that have to be the heroes of Heroic.
Wow, shot there from Nido Safix keeps him in it. Flit, 1v2, bomb being planted. He's been the hero they needed before, but can he do it here? Certainly with his back turned, it's not going to be in this round. We're looking at another overtime.
forZe just teasing everyone.
So close. So close.
And unfortunately, they will not get it done. That does mean it's open again. Heroic have a chance. And again, it may feel like we've already had 3 maps, but this is still only the second. If Heroic manage to take this one, we go to Nuke. And that one has the potential to be another barn burner, a close one.
That it does. 18-18. OT number 2 begins.
Sure, if you're a forZe fan, you've got no fingernails left. It's definitely been a nail biter.
Certainly one way to say it.
Heard some typing in chat, I imagine, as this one has been a bit of a marathon.
How many pauses do these guys have?
Yeah, you know, at this point, I'm pretty sure that's not a tactical pause. That's a, hey,
TeamSpeak issue.
got to stand up and go to the kitchen and get some water pause.
Oh, yeah.
This has, been a bit much.
So in your time of Counter-Strike, what's the strangest excuse you've ever seen? That's okay for PG for broadcast.
Strange excuse for what? A delay of game?
Yeah.
Well, the most common one in most environments is, I need to wash my hands.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I guess, yeah.
All right. Well, the weirdest one I've ever seen was at a UK event when someone called a technical pause, should I say, because his grandmother brought him cookies to his room and he wanted to eat them.
Nice. Does seem like a very UK thing to have happened, I guess. I've never heard of that before. That's outrageous. So.
Yep. I mean, if they're good cookies.
But then again, at that point, who's it really on? That sounds like the tournament administration should be stepping in and saying, how about no? Like
I reckon it's just on the grandmother, to be honest.
Well, too, it's kind of hard to deny grandma's cookies.
Yeah.
Here we have it. Still in a pause. Still no purchasing. Hopefully we'll get this underway sooner rather than later for all of you. That could have very well have ended in that last round, but here you have it. OT number 2 on the card. Still freeze time not having been canceled, so we are just as much in the air as you.
I'm sure forZe will start to feel the pressure at this point. I'm sure if Heroic are probably feeling a little bit of pressure themselves. They sometimes do have these results where they look so good throughout the entire tournament, they get to a final and just can't get it over the line. It's happened quite a few times for this Heroic roster.
Feels bad, man.
Certainly does. Well, no one's bought apart from Z Power, Fistcrack, and Freiburg. Everyone else is just sitting yet to purchase, so maybe they've had some mutual agreement that they'll take a little bit of a breather, head to the bathroom or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's okay. I'm sure all of you out there watching are okay with that. So we'll all just wait on you guys. Here we go. Freeze time finally initiated. We're going to be counting it down.
Well, let's take a look at the top fraggers on the server. It's currently Freiburg on 32. 32 for Z-Power as well. There are your top fraggers on the server. Freiburg had a stellar start in this game, and he's kept it up. Good to see. May have dropped off a little bit when it comes to the later stages of this game, but it's quite difficult to keep that sort of level across the entirety of this kind of map. But STI going aggressive towards the playground area. And we Fistcrack that walks away with a kill.
That's absolutely right. Has tag down, alleviating some pressure for forZe. As they still look to hold their ground across the map. Blame F with an eyeball over there towards the squeaky door. Meanwhile, forZe not really wanting to press it in too fast anywhere. Rightfully so. No real need to throw the round away quickly. Potentially a B hit on the cards. Oh, caught in the Molotov. Staying alive is Staven. Just barely until he gets spammed out. Quite the play there. Good read from the side of forZe.
Well, 2-man advantage for forZe. They couldn't win a single T round on the first overtime. But it's a good start into this one. 40 seconds. That's all they have left. Fistcrack's pushed all the way through the bathrooms. And it's quite similar as to what Z-Power did in the previous round, actually. And he might just get a reward for it. There it is. Headshot on Donato Safix.
Been some pretty squeakily dirty lurks in this game thus far. B hit still on the cards. Only Blame F and Freiburg to hold on to it. Freiburg's first line and only line of defense, and that line was just in the sand. He falls. Blame F, 1v4. Exchanges his AUG for an AK.
Money does become a factor on the CT side if you lose convincingly in the first. Obviously being 10k overtime instead of 16k, so that is where you can start to see a couple of problems. So with Blame F making the decision that he wants to carry the AWP into the next one and just stay alive. And it's good to see some economic restraint, but he might not get that luxury. Does pick up the kill on El Mazer, but they know where he is. And They're going to start to encroach in his position.
Yeah, it's basically a squeeze at this point. Next power with the AWP shot to end it for him. 19 for forZe. And away we go.
Well, you just got to keep the spirits high if you're forZe. Yes, you've seen map points. You've seen 3 chances. You just have to work hard to get it back again.
Never say never, someone says. Next power AWP in hands. Likes to take this peek right here. This time, he's going to have some success with it. Blame F being taken out, and that does help things yet again for forZe. Early pick in the round.
Well, again, forZe, good chance for them here. Thing is, they could win a single T-round, but they might just walk away with a few here under their belt. Amizer. Off towards middle. Smokes are down as well. They'll start to get closer. I want to clear the connector to make sure that's empty, but the big problem here for them is Esatag. He's playing inside of the smoke in mid, stabbing underneath the connector, but the Molotov comes in. That'll clear him away, and the audible tick will allow them to know that he was there.
Absolutely. There's another Molotov for him. They're going to try to catch him in here again. Can they do it? Yes, they will. Flit gets it done. Staven falls, and there goes the defense of the B-bomb site. Just Freiburg to answer the call thus far. It'll be quite the rotation here from Heroic.
Yeah, that was very well played. Kind of locking Staven in. And only the kill for FaceCrack, dropping Esatag, leaving NATO, Safix, and Freiburg alone. And forZe, this is kind of similar to the T side we've seen in regulation. You know, just completely outclassing Heroic, knowing exactly what the next move is going to be, and being able to execute it perfectly. You know, we just didn't see that in the first overtime, but they've turned it around here.
Looking to be a flawless round here for forZe. I love what they did there to cordon off that player in sandbag area, using 2 Molotovs and then just get him out of the way.
You can kind of see he tried to run back. He just went, uh-oh. I don't know what to do at this point.
And Jerry is hot on the trail of Freiburg. He's rounding out T-spawn. I think he's going to hear it soon. There it is.
Yeah. Well, Freiburg starting to step up, coming towards him, and Jerry will drop him. So 20-18. Money is pretty dire here on Heroic. It's actually going to just be pistols. They've been dominated that hard so far in overtime number 2. And this should put forZe back up to match point again. And they'll have 3 attempts yet again to go to Chicago.
Yeah. It's an ideal situation unless you can't close. In which case, I guess the terminology would be I cry every time, you know?
Yeah, that was definitely ring true for forZe. Well, they failed the boost, so generally when you have a sort of small window, and they recovered well enough. But the trains come.
No one there regardless. No one home.
There's actually a connector where Heroic will try and take control of. Flit will be here. He'll have an AK-47 as they walk around the corner. It's going to be Flit getting dropped by Freiburg. And the aggression not being handled well by Flit so far. And that's an AK for Freiburg. At least he's 20 HP, so that's something forZe can work with. They need to be careful of this sort of angle from Staven, though. In the corner, they need to check him. They need to be aware of this. Staven's just waiting for it. The MP9, they haven't even checked him. They have no idea. He can spray onto 2, but luckily FaceCrack turns around, but it's just enough. He needed to find a follow-up as well, but it's still a 2v3. Still an advantage side with Heroic.
My goodness. Quite the play. FaceCrack able to save the day just a little bit. As we blame F with the final word. 20-19. We end the first half of the second OT. Here at the GGBet Chicago Invitational, still on the cusp of sending forZe on into the Intel Extreme Masters.
Well, here it is. Second half of double OT.
Oh, baby. Let us know where you're watching from at home. Show us what your setup is. Use hashtag maincast over on Twitter. See what you got. Who knows? Maybe your tweet shows up. Maybe it doesn't. I can't promise that. But here we go. We are off to the races, Dinko.
And forZe want to race to victory, that's for sure, because they've had so many chances at it. Could have been a flawless T-half, but Freiburg, he was the man that started it off well for Heroic in the last, nearly gets it done here again. Going into the gun runs of overtime number 2, second half. Almazer off towards long. He goes back in towards the toilets where he wants to take some control. As Heroic will use the flashbangs, they'll deploy in every avenue. As Almazer will just try and lock down the toilet area. There's multiple players coming in towards this position though, so he's going to be under a hell of a lot of pressure. Flit, who was such a strong player in this position, is actually on the A bomb site this time.
Almazar with the drop, but ultimately Blame F with the shot. And that's going to send everybody on Heroic running back towards this B side. Blame F working all the way up long, so he's picturing the picture. He's about to have a real bad day over here. And only he's able to get one. It's just Flit that he takes out.
It's unfortunate for forZe that he only gets the one kill there. FaZe finds another. It's into a 3v3, and here's the final push. It's for Heroic in towards the B bomb site. Kill comes in from FaZe. It's the Molotov that actually picks that up. But FaZe walks right into Esatag, and Nado Safi collects a kill as well. Z-Part 1v2 is needed. I don't know what's just happened there. That was quite the mistake from forZe. It might just come back to bite them.
Power still in this fight with AWP. Certainly been the player to talk about, the player to watch within this matchup, or at least within this forZe team. Now he's going to have to do it 1-on-2, working his way into the site. Got a kit, no utility. 99 HP. Odd sort of smoke thrown there from the side of Heroic. He's going to have to clear it in a little bit of an unorthodox method. And that's going to cost him his life. Just on the other side of that was the op of S-Tag. So there you have it, 20 all.
Even yet again. You know, it was even when it was 9-9. It was even at 11-11. It's even at 20-20. A year in the future. Well, it's actually only 6 months, actually. No, it's pretty mental that it's gone that quickly.
This year has gone by. Flying by.
Well, here we go again. forZe. Both teams only need 2 rounds. forZe are on map point of overtime number 1, but completely reset here. Nice kill from Z-Part. Will be the kill of the Esatag. Kill comes back through though onto Jerry. It's again even 4v4, but a fast play up towards short. Freiburg with a headshot. He starts to make his way in towards the B bomb site where Flit is currently situated. Good kill, good follow-up Molotov.
Great follow-up Molotov. Oh my goodness, Blame F absolutely destroying Flit. That could create a problem here. 2 alive for the defense of the B bomb site, and it's on a retake already. Good shot there from Almazar. Bomb hasn't been planted, but now he knows exactly where these 2 players are. Just waiting for Power to get into the fight. Holy moly, what a shot there from Blame F. A reaction.
Well, Almazer dropped the 16 HP. Smoke could go off towards short itself, and that'll force Stavin away. They might just reconsider going back over towards the A bomb site. But if forZe can get there quick enough, he might just be there to greet them.
He might. Here comes Stavin.
Power.
Yep, Power, the one player you really don't want to run into against right away. It's definitely going to be on A now. And it's Heroic. They're turning the pace up. Running up long A with the bomb. It's going to be that of Blame F. Pretty low. Power finds 1. That's pretty successful. Oh, boy.
Well, bomb plant's being committed to. Blame F. Oh, he'll be dropped. That's the bomb plant denied. It's all on Stavin. Into a 1v2 clutch. And Power, you will try and hold off from the stairs, but Almazer comes in with a flank. Oh no, not committing to it, but 9 seconds.
No time.
It has to be the bomb plant straight away.
Oh, they're going to have to stop him here, and they can do it. They do get the bomb plant, but for all it's worth, that got a little close for the forZe, boys.
Map and series point yet again for forZe. This could, it's again, the same situation. It's either triple overtime or it's going to be Chicago for forZe. And forZe, they've been in this position already. They haven't been able to get it done. They haven't been able to close it. They've had the choking coming through. And it's been a massive performance from Power and FaZe. 38 kills on Power, 37 on that of FaZe. Leading the way for the Russians.
Oof, not how X-Power anticipated the round to start. S-Tag with Op just a little bit quicker. Now Mazar somehow able to fade away. Takes himself down to 29 HP. Such a brutal affair here. Time and time again, forZe knocking on the door of success. From the looks of it. It's not getting any easier for them. Bomb flexing all the way back into B now, and it's going to be a longer rotation there for them. They're going to take their time. They don't want to walk in any sort of weird stack. Little do they know forZe just hanging out all over this A bomb site. Just entrenched, just dug in.
Oh, well, Playmath, does he check the corner? That's the important part here. Flash comes around the corner. Flip will pick up the kill. And it's back into a 4v3. Still doable here for the Russian side as they make their way back over towards B. That's where Heroic want to finish this. They want to bring it to triple overtime. As Freiburg pushes in, it's going to be the headshot onto Fist Crack. Looking good for the Danes.
Good grenade there. A lot of spammage going down here from Stabin. He is in water. So here we go. And SMG is going to start to open the door. We're going to see if forZe can close the door of Heroic in this round. This is it.
Ooh, he's actually sticking the defuse. They're going to go for it. Oh, so close. And forZe, they actually win it.
What?
No.
How have they done that?
No, it hasn't. Oh, no, it's wrong. The HUD is wrong. They baited us. It's 21-21. It's
Yeah.
triple overtime. I was going to say,
Yeah,
how's that happen?
That was a little, okay. Let's try to get that one figured out. Can't afford to have that happen again. My God. Yes. forZe.
I can't say forZe winner. That is so weird.
It did.
Oh,
My God. You ever been trolled that hard?
no.
What about you, Twitch chat? You let me know. You've just been trolled. Into OT3 we go. Round number 1. The money will reset. And so will the mindsets of these players in the server. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is a great grand final. Both teams, two of the teams would expect to get here. And they're definitely going tit for tat. Scary thing is, this is Heroic's map pick, and forZe are bringing this much pay into them.
Yep.
Well, Zexy Power, certainly been on a grit level. He can sometimes be hit or miss. He can sometimes be found in the middle of the scoreboard. But today, when it matters in the grand final, he's at the top.
Absolutely right. The battle will wage on. Map control still being contested. It's only Freiburg that's taking damage in this round. Boost the check connector from the side of forZe. If they wait, if they are patient, it's going to happen. The mouse is going to walk in the trap. There's one. Call out has been made. Spam will come through. No one's going to get hurt on that note.
Ooh, nice swing of the door. That's the Tiger will take the kill. And the Molotov goes in towards Waters. So 30 seconds. Jerry looks back over towards Monster where Freiburg is going to be successful on a headshot. Another one from Freiburg. He's been so impactful when he's walking into these bomb sites. He's just so good at the entry fragging. He's so used to it throughout his entire career.
There it is. Bomb planted over on the B site. Almazer, next to Power. Not a whole lot they can do here, so they just won't. They're just going to play back.
Almazer just waiting for the players to walk into his crosshair, and the Sapphics will oblige. So Heroic head into the lead here on the T side of overtime. Number 3. If you are just tuning in, this has been a super long 2 maps.
That it has.
Started on Inferno, they pick of forZe, they got it done, and I have to say, they made it look relatively easy in comparison to this one. At least they got it done in regulation.
Yeah, as we are sitting on triple overtime, still a potential third map of Nuke. The decider. Should Heroic win this one? Little ways to go still. 22-21 for Heroic. Heightened sense of awareness for just about everybody around here, to include us
there comes a certain point when you're on the T side of overtime, when you hit overtime 3, that you're just doing the exact same thing over and over again. There's literally nothing you can do to change it. And if forZe have figured it out, it's just depending on where the first mistake comes in.
Yeah, and I mean, it also comes down to some weird individual plays that happen, right? I mean, it becomes a all-out brawl for who can do the most. And it's just, it gets a little wild. Speaking of wild, it's going to be Stavin and FaceCrack that are out, at least of this round. And heading for the hills will be that of Heroic. They've already headed back there to the side of the fountains, now in party. And just one member in Blame F working his way up long. They want to go A. It's pretty apparent. And perhaps forZe is on top of it. Sending 3 players this way early on. There's still a chance for them to flex back to the connector, but they're going to keep an open mind, it seems. Oh, look at this push by Malmazar. He's pushed all the way through. If he gets the shot here on Blame F, that's going to be a disaster.
Well, Blame F needs to be careful, at least move quick as they start to make their way into the bomb site. Oh, there's the flank, there's the kill. Blame F does crumble and flit. Oh, unfortunately he does as well. The kills come in for NATO Safix. Freiburg picks up one, but XC Power trying to make it happen. And so close to that shot, but NATO Safix walks away with it. 23-21. Heroic seem to be wanting to close this one out. And again, it's not to end it, it's to go to a third. And they are the favourites, according to GG.bet. forZe have lost control. There's 5.05. They've had their chances, but Heroic stand as favourites, 1.14. And if Heroic can manage to get a win under their belt, surely that's enough to make it happen on Nuke. Surely the bricks,
You would think so, man.
the minds of forZe.
After something like this, it is real test of fortitude. We're going to find out, though. Full-on purchase right before we switch sides here at the end of OT3 first half. Heroic taking their time. Smart. You want to let your opponent mess up in these moments. You don't want to just try to force the issue. It's 21-23.
Yeah. They're going to try and bait the utility out of forZe as well, because there's not a whole lot left on them. We've got a couple of Molotovs left. They're really trying to hang on to them and use them sparingly, so a final few seconds or at crunch time, they have a Molotov that can delay. Because if Heroic have definitely left the time low, that's been their play style, right? There's been right down the final few seconds, they've decided they want to commit. 53 on the clock. They seem to want to walk right through Monster. FaceCrack's waiting for the spamming on in, and not a single kill. NATO Safix walks away with that. Jerry able to pick up one on the MP9, but they're just getting dispatched with Heroic looking for a flawless T half here.
Yep. Not looking so hot. That kill does help. Here come Almazer yet again with the big flanks. 3v3. That Molotov's going to slow it down just a little bit. Still able to get the kill. That might have been all he needed. That might have just been what the doctor ordered to get these guys in the sight. There you have it. He stays on the tear. S-tag, one-on-one with Almazar. And he has it, 24-21.
Well, there it is. Map point for Heroic. They could be taking us to Nuke. This grand final might not just be over. 40 kills for XC Power, 41 for Freiburg.
Freiburg, I think the quote is, "Are you kidding me?" Shout out Anders Bloom.
Well, here we go. Is it the end of Overpass? Or is it just the beginning of another overtime?
Who knows? Stay tuned. We will find out real soon. That I can assure you.
Well, here we go. forZe, AWP for Z-Power, AK-47 for the rest. Over on the CT side, it's going to be the double op setup, but certainly trying things around as NATO Safix has been stepping up with his op. That's a tag going back into the toilets. He went for the initial peek towards middle, and he finds himself back on the A-bomb side itself. And just in time as well, because Z-Power has taken a little bit of control towards balloons.
X-Power with a nice shot on to S-tag. A little too quick to the draw. Again, Blame F does fall. He just wants to be a one-man wrecking ball here towards this A site. And he has drawn all the attention he needs. He's pulled them. And now what will forZe do on the what will forZe do on the other side of the map?
Oh, Mizrael walking towards the B bomb site with a headshot onto Stavin. Safix. Oh, wow. That is just not a nice way to go. Grenades come in, land on top of him, and it's Freiburg alone in a 1v5. So Heroic will not end this. They will not take this to nuke. Instead, it's forZe looking like they want to keep on kicking. To bring us to quadruple overtime.
You do love to see that. Freiburg having quite the showing here, 41 and 36. Perhaps nothing he can show us in this round, but we will see.
Headshot connected by Freiburg. Just dancing, desperately trying to hold on, but it's not going to happen for him. Almizr, he started to step up as well. 24-22, 2 more needed for forZe. They can't afford to drop the ball whatsoever. It's going to be the buy-in here from Heroic. The interesting part I'm looking forward to see is how much money Heroic have got left in the bank. Because at this point, when you get so lit, I think they finally have run out of pauses. And so this is when you really can't take the time just to chill and try and think about what you want to do.
Yeah, those times have passed. Here we are, X-Power with AWP, running through the Molotov every round, looking for this peak. And the pick on top of it. It's not going to be there for him this round. And they want to spread out more of a offensive push here towards this A side, leaning a little bit heavy on A long. Flashing over, no one home. Slowing things down, there's going to be forZe. Going to clear every nook and cranny on their way up to this site. So far, they've had no contact. Blame F just spotting the bathrooms. We're going to see a peak here, a boost from X-Power. If anyone's going to hit it, it's going to be this man.
Seems like he's been hitting everything. He looks back over towards long, and no one is peeking just yet.
He's jump spotting it from Bank. Oh, there was the shot. That lets them know that there are players here from forZe on long. This is going to be a scrap right here.
Jerry knows exactly where both are, though. That's 2 kills. A third coming through. It's actually Almizr to steal that one away. And this is looking good for forZe. 24-23 possibly on the cards. And yeah, it's going to be the save here from Heroic. Obviously 10k overtime. Again, the economy is a factor on the CT side. And so they'll have to save the 2 weapons into the next. So forZe, they will get it right to the final nail. Will it happen? Will it be quadruple overtime, or Heroic break their hearts and send them to a third?
Yeah, that's something we're definitely going to have to discuss if this does go to a third. The fact that just the stamina of a team like forZe is not something that we necessarily know too much about. We'd have to see just where they fare up. Should they lose this, and what happens to them going to a third map after such a tremendous showing. Even better Molotov there from Staven. Absolute nightmare scenario, somehow still pulling the kills in. So,
well, actually, it kind of works out because it covers him off. They can't actually see him.
Well, I mean, and then the other side of it is, like, you know, maybe a couple pixels more in his direction, and he's getting burnt, right? So there you have it, 24-23. We'll take a look at the replay here. Jerry opening up the site 100%. And there you go.
Brilliant. Anyway, here we go again. Well, it's not too bad on Heroic. Definitely weaknesses there, but
oh, no.
It looks like Z-Pro wanted to go through it. He's been stopped by his teammates on the way out, blocking the exit. And this is crunch time. A couple of players dealt 30 damage to on forZe early, but it's not going to be too much to write home about, hopefully. But that does put them in the region of getting dropped by the scout, right? So that does cause a bit of a problem in those 2 players. The scout can connect a couple of shots.
They could. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Want to flash out long, then we'll try to take some long control. Blame F, the defender. Behind him, S-Tag. And then Freiburg playing towards short behind a smoke.
Under a minute, Almizr checking towards the toilets.
Looks like a pretty good read here from Heroic. Here's the flash, and face crack is just too damn good. Just too good. Almost able to spam him down some more. Jerry, same path as last round, but he has left a player behind. Don't you worry, though. Flit is able to clean that up, and there you have it. We go to OT number 4.
It's almost as if you could script this, but you just can't, Dinko. OT4.
It's never going to end.
Never, ever, never going to end.
At a certain point, what if we miss our flights? No.
Well,
well, that's a big problem, isn't it?
well, now that you said it that, it's quite a good question, actually. Good thing I'm packed. Hopefully I'd have enough time to go get my stuff. Well, nonetheless, 24-24. Wow.
This is kind of crazy. It's definitely, when I said it could be a close game, I didn't really have this in mind. This has been a whole other level of close. This is too close for comfort. And again, see Molotov. Players don't care on forZe, walk right through it. They'll take a little bit of damage if they can get into position, but Z-Power missing that shot. Almirza looks to try and help, but Blimef will take him away. Nido Safix there with a kill. And Heroic look to get off to a good start in overtime, number 4.
Yeah, the perfect read here for them. All things considered, these last couple of rounds, there's been a lot of pressure towards long A. forZe, in the character of Flit, has taken down 2. 3v2 is where we find ourselves. Jerry, there on the side of forZe, also looking to keep things alive. First round of OT, so some of that pressure now off, but every round will count because it seems like winning out entire halves of OT is the way to go.
Yeah, and then losing the other half is the other way to go, it seems, for these two teams.
There you go. Jerry is slowly but surely creeping himself up.
Well, he does take the kill onto Esatag. And it's back into a 2v2. 40 seconds left on the clock. The bomb sitting outside the B bomb site. Blimef in the connector.
Oh, man. There you have it. Nido Safix holding fast. Jerry drops down into the water. Wants to secure a path here for the teammate. Little do they know, it's going to be Blimef coming up on the catwalk here right next to the sandbags. He's going to use a Molotov to push him back. He's going to smoke it off just to keep him worried. Time dwindling, 14 seconds.
Oh, bomb getting planted. Will be
boy.
the kill from Nido Safix. It's all on Flit. 1v2. He has to make it happen here for forZe if they want to get this run under their belt. And he's making his way past. This could be a big play. Looks back, but Blimef comes in. It's the headshot on the M4A4, and the defuse will come in. It's going to be 25-24. Heroic back into the lead.
Such a good idea there by him, though. Flit just trying to get out of dodge. He almost did, too. That's just not the way the cookie's going to crumble. OT4 carries on. Round number 2 next.
Well, certainly delivering this grand final. Neither team wanting to give up the ghost. Again, the prize is just too spectacular for both teams. And at least, whoever wins this can say they deserved it.
There is that. It's not been the easiest path to Chicago, has it? Usually you could just book a flight. In this case, it's just a fight. There you have it. Almazer getting out in front, looking to just keep that going. That was not bad. Good idea. A little bit of change of pace considering all the other round X-Power's been training his AWP on that spot. And now they put an AK out there in front with the quickness, and it does find success. He even puts Staven down quite a bit. Speaking of X-Power, Freiburg.
Well, that's the target. Looking to try and pull it right back. He has been a little bit quiet, but let's see if he can have the impact he requires. And overtime, number 4, he looks towards Monster. There is a player there, he knows that, but Almirza is the man to pick up the kill. Blimef towards middle, so Heroic crumbling. It's so important that he gets that kill, and that's the bomb.
Oh, no.
That's the big player to find.
Yes, it is. You need to recover this bomb. It's going to be a difficult tag. S-tag right there on the cusp. Just standing on the edge. Smoked off, though. About 35 seconds left on the clock for them to work with. Staven very hurt. He wants to make a little bit of motion there just in case they escape. That's exactly what they're going to do. They don't have a whole lot of time to play around here. First contact has to go their way.
Yeah, if Staven is able to drop at least one of these players and sort of hide away or delay even further, then it's over, right? They have only got a few seconds to work with. It might just be too far gone already in this position. It's going to be so difficult to check. They won't be able to check. He's going to walk around the corner. There's the kill on the Z-Power looking for the double, and he will get it. Stab him with 2.
And he had a grenade, too. Can you just imagine nading bomb box? Oh, baby.
Yeah.
That would have been all they needed. Couldn't have known that, though, and it's impossible. 26-24, still a 3rd map on the cards if Heroic wins this.
Well, they did do this in the last overtime where they won a flawless half and then let it slip completely. It seems when one of these teams get to map point, they don't know that you have to win the next one.
It's weird like that, isn't it?
It was a little bit of a scare. We thought forZe had done it, but we were debated.
Yeah, that one, there was that.
Mirza towards middle of the AK. They'll start to put a little bit of presence through here. And something that forZe have been able to do on their T side quite consistently is actually just walk up mid all the way up towards ramp and start taking fights in the A-bomb site. We've seen Z-Power just walk all the way through the A-bomb site, and he might just try again. There's a missed shot, though. That was an opportunity. So quick to get it off. That's the target, just trying to defend the site in behind the bomb box with the AK, for the AWP, should I say. But look at Almirza, look at the position he's got already close up towards the toilets. He's just waiting for the rest of his team to be in position, just ready for the execute to come in, and he can be the front man, the charge that they need. But it's the bomb coming back over towards B. They've rotated through connector, but they've got so many options still available to them, and Almirza wants to get the flank going.
And he's there. Good positioning, but he's going to get caught out from long real quick, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Freiburg, too aware.
Well, they've come back over towards A here forZe. They're going to try and finish it on this side of the map, but a good Molotov from BlameF. He's just going to try and hold this off as Jerry will drop Nido Safix. It's actually Freiburg with a Molotov. He will look for more action, but he'll be finished off. And the bomb plant coming in. BlameF is on the big flank. Bomb getting planted. That's the target. We'll just hold this off. AWP shot connects, but it's not the kill. They receive damage back and forth. The Deagle pulled, but it's Fistcrack winning the battle. And Stavin, 19 HP towards the lower parts of the bomb site on the stairs.
Gotta wonder about S-Tag right there. That was a rough one to have happened to him. BlameF from long. Stavin very low. 2 kills to the round himself. The peaks are just about proper. Face crack versus BlameF. Big round here for forZe. Can they do it? Peeking at the diffuser that never was. BlameF falls. Heroic also concede the round. We go to the second half of this overtime. forZe most certainly still in this fight.
Z-Power has dropped off a little bit. You know, he's had 42 kills. I think in the last overtime since then, 1 kill mounted, so not amazing stuff. He's trying to drop off a little bit, and you know, you can't really blame him. Look how long this game has been. And it could go the distance again.
Oh, it certainly could.
forZe on the CT side. Well, stab it. Well, that's a Molotov. Want to get off quickly towards the bottom of the stairs, but of course you can mess it up slightly while trying to transition. It will be the kill coming through though. Nido Safix will get the nade frag, although Z-Power, he will get aggressive through short, and he's able to connect that kill onto Freiburg. That scared Heroic away from B, and they might just try and relocate back over towards the A-bomb site.
That they are. It's going to be a full-on troop movement here. 4 players deep. Leading that will be S-Tag with the op. Followed behind Staven, Nido Safix, and BlameF. Amazar peaks long. He's going to be the first one they run into. That AWP is trained right on him. Now the jump spot's there. The column has been made. They are in long. So the rotation's going to come in. The exit power, the one man that they definitely need on the site to hold it off. 50 seconds, though. Tons of utility being exchanged. There you have it. Running out on the site, Nido Safix first. He gets straight in, then exit power in the right place at the right time with the right weapon. Leaves us in a 3-on-3.
Oh, well, Z-Power tries to get away, but it's Nido Safix that stops that retreat. But Almirza has to be the big player here. Has to be the massive force for them. He also have Fistcrack that could assist, but they're both from the same position, or the same direction. As Fistcrack looks over, cross comes in, the ult not getting it done just yet. The bomb plant coming in the other side, but it's the kills coming through. One more player to find is BlameF. He's in a 1v2 clutch. He looks for the headshot, but it's Fistcrack that comes in with it. 26-26, and neither of these teams wanting to give up.
outrageous.
forZe have such tenacity. They're a team that just will never give up. We kind of see it every time they play against an opponent that's on paper better than them or just straight up is better than them. They always bring them to the edge and continue to fight.
It's the little forZe that could. Heroic 26, forZe 26. The OT number does not even matter anymore. This is wild. I will say that. A lot of Counter-Strike playing here. Still some Counter-Strike to be played. Should this one go to nuke, that's going to be the true statement. We hate to leave you on that cliffhanger like that, too.
It also could go to another overtime.
It really could. We are pretty close to that, aren't we? Here we go. Let's see what Heroic's got on the cards. Looks like they want to play a fast B here. Presence has been known towards the sandbags. Blame after takes the shot. Well, smoke's coming out from forZe. Looks like they want to do some targeting with these grenades. There they are. Big grenades landing on friberg. He felt that one to his core. Now Jerry dancing around the monster pole. In the meantime, Heroic falling all the way back to get these, at least grab the bomb and at least get out of there. Throw a little bit of a misdirection. Stabbing to the AWP, hoping to get a pick, potentially opening a gateway, a door onto this A site. With Almazar and Flit there to defend it. This is going to be a shootout. Oh, the timing.
Well, Almazar, he's going to try and catch the ball, and there it is. As a tag with a nade in his hands, he'll get his head torn off. And 37 seconds, Almazar, instead of taking that fight, he'll make the right decision and fall behind the truck. Execute has to come in for Heroic. They've lost one of their players, though, and that's one of the smokes that'll have to be done from someone else.
Here we go. Flit behind the bomb box. Flash comes in. He's not able to secure any frags on it. It's NATO Sapphics. Comes out the better shot. friberg continues the pain train. 2 over. Get out of the way. Face crack. 1v4.
Well, it is going to be a Heroic win. 27-26. It might just be that final map.
It might be. We don't know. But we will be here regardless.
We will be. And FaceCrack certainly wants to be that. He wants to be done, actually. He will take the kill onto friberg and run away.
Yeah, he's
Carry
out.
that into the next one, but he might just be caught by Stavin. Makes the right decision not to overextend. And at this point, it's just trying to worm your way into the next round. Just try and dance around the stairways, the boxes, do everything in your power to stay alive.
Well, he heard him drop, too, and he knows that there's someone hunting for him. He's just going to die with the bomb, I guess, after all that. So he wasn't the only one. And there you have it. 26-27. Oh, dear.
Again, we're at that sort of ultimatum. Either it's nuke or it's quintuple over time. Yeah. We're getting into the stages where big words have to be used to describe what overtime number we're at.
I don't know if I had any big words to begin with, much less any more to use.
Kind of used everything up, right? Much like Heroic probably on the T side, but let's see what they can get done. They're going to go for the pretty quickly push in towards this B-bomb side. Actually, they're going to send 2 players up through short, and they want to try and force a fight here. Grenade comes in, it'll do a little bit of damage onto BlameF. He can drop to 76.
There we go. friberg with the trade, but BlameF is a casualty. Meanwhile, completely behind is face cracked. Behind him, there's nowhere to go. Super blind. From the looks of it, 3-on-4 to keep forZe in this map. Otherwise, it's nuke that we go to.
Yeah, and that, again, forZe heartbreaking for them, but they still have a chance here to stop that from happening. Heroic, yes, they've got the numbers advantage. But can they get it over the line? Under a minute to play with. Execute coming in towards the B-bomb side. Well, NATO Sapphics is being the flanking player. Almazar looking to get aggressive towards short. He's got the kill that pulls it right back, but the trade is in from friberg. He's really the hero, and it will be NATO Sapphics with the headshot. All on Flit. 1v3 to save forZe.
Oh my God. OT4. Final round. If Flit does this, he has done the impossible. Don't look like it, though. There you have it. Finally, this one comes to a head. 28-26. Heroic pushes to a third map. What a showing right here. What just a game to have happened right then and there. We've seen just about everything that both of these teams could have possibly shown on Overpass. Nothing left for the imagination, except for the fact that now you can imagine what's going to happen on Nuke.
Yeah, coming on to Nuke, that's where, Heroic on paper should be favorites. But again, they were favorites to win on Overpass. Yes, they won it, but barely, right? We've seen so many map points come in for forZe. They just couldn't get that one extra one that brought them to Chicago.
Yeah.
And this is definitely going to be a sort of hurt on their mental fortitude.
Speaking of mental fortitude, I'm going to go check and see if we have any of that in the fridge or maybe over here some leftover pizza. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come right back, we've got the decider. And someone is going to Chicago. Don't go anywhere.